Hello, my fellow makeup enthusiasts. Welcome back to my perfectly healthy expression of makeup enthusiasm. My name is Lainey, and today I am doing 5 looks, 1 palette using the Moschino Sephora laptop palette. This palette is still available on the Sephora website. I don't believe you can get it in stores anymore, but I'm gonna try to open it up without blinding you and get my freaking arm out of the way. So here's the layout. It looks just like a laptop. It's so cute, and it's actually so convenient because in my day-to-day life, I just open this up and you've got a mirror right here. I'm gonna turn it a little bit. Try not to blind you with the mirror, but I just open it up and I set it on my desk and I use the mirror. It's a nice big mirror. I think that this is a great palette. The only thing that I said in a previous video, this little mouse pad is meant to be a color switch, but it's flimsy as fuck and it's pretty useless. But other than that, these shadows are really, really great. So I'm hoping that the 5 looks that I do in this video will speak to the quality of the shadows in this palette. I was honestly expecting this to be a cheap piece of shit, and then when I swatched it in the store, I absolutely fell in love. I also got the highlighters from this collection, and each of these will be featured in at least 1 look. This palette retails for $60, and I realize that my timing in putting this video out sucks a bag of balls because Anastasia Beverly Hills just came out with the Norvina collection volume 1, which also retails for $60. It's also a very colorful, very pigmented palette. And so I feel like the people that would be drawn to that palette, myself very much included, are also the people that would be drawn to this palette. But I really wanted to put this video out just in case people were dismissing this, thinking it was going to be shitty quality. I promise you, it's not. It's great. This palette has a pretty good combination of matte shades and shimmer shades. I feel like it's a little bit heavy on the shimmers, and it also has these 3 metallic shades that are absolutely out of this world. Let me see if the swatches will show up. Yeah, I mean, look at that shine. These are some of the best metallic shadows I've ever used. I'm so impressed. The only complaint I have with any of the shades in this palette, this little minty green shade down here, I thought that this was gonna be so pretty, but honestly, the only thing this little fucker is good for is neutralizing redness. It's almost like, you know, those corrector products, those color correcting products where you have the green that neutralizes red. That's all this does. I guess I have pink undertones on my skin because when I put this on, it just disappears. So if you have rosacea or if you have redness, this shadow is great for that. Otherwise, it's a piece of shit. And other than this little turd right here, these shadows perform absolutely beautifully. When you go in with your brush, and I'm not pressing very hard at all, you do get quite a bit of kick up in the pan, but I found that you do not get fallout with these shades. I had a little teeny tiny bit of fallout with 1 shade. So that's impressive to me. You should also know that I'm still trying to figure out the right angle to use when I'm applying makeup on camera. That's a new thing for me. I am visually impaired, so normally when I do my makeup, I'm literally this close to the mirror, so that's been a period of adjustment for me, and sometimes the makeup looks a little bit wonky before I go clean it up, so you know, just bear with me. Also know that the makeup application portions of this video are going to be sped up. I'm not going to spend 2 hours showing myself riding the struggle bus and getting my eyeshadow to not look like a dumpster fire because that's just boring, that's not entertaining. All you really need to know is which shade I'm using, basically where I'm putting it, and then showing the finished look. If that is the wrong way to go about this, let me know if there's a better way to do it. But this is my first video, like I said, so I'm doing the best that I can, and without further jabbering, let's get into the first look. For my first look, I'm gonna go for something a little bit neutral, and I'm gonna focus on this top row. I might pull in a couple of shades from this row, but mostly I'm gonna see if I can do something neutral, just to show you the range that this palette has, and neutral is different for me. Hold tight, and we're gonna get into it. I'm using Watt in and above the crease, Hardwire for the wing and for the lower lash line, Y2K to brighten things up, blend it out, using the NYX Jumbo Pencil to do a pseudo cut crease, a spritz of Fix Plus, and then Bot goes on top, and it looks okay, but I feel like it's missing something. So I'm using Matrix to intensify the wing and then Y2K to brighten up the lower lash line. Better. Okay, we're almost done. I'm still not sure about the angle, still figuring that out, but I'm gonna top this off with some Stila shade Mystere in the shade called Spiritual. I'm gonna use that as the inner corner highlight. I always do an inner corner highlight, but I often forget to film myself doing it. And because of the oiliness of my eyes, especially right here in the inner corner, my inner corner highlight is usually gone within about 30 minutes. So it looks like I never do it, but I do, I promise. So I'm looking at this eye look, and it's not what I would normally do. I don't dislike it at all, but I feel like it would be more complimentary to blue eyes. So let me see if I can do something about that. And here is the finished look, you guys. I had so many problems and I filmed them all, but I chose to edit them out because the video would have been about 2 hours long otherwise. I had issues with my contacts. I put in the wrong pair. I'm usually good about throwing them out once they're expired. I made a mistake this time. I had an issue with my demure lashes. I had to reach for another pair. It all worked out fine in the end. I actually do like this look. It is unusual for me, but I'm digging it. I'm having fun having blue eyes for today. And I wanted to show you one of the Moschino highlighters from this collection. This is the pink toned highlighter. I'll show you all of them. But for this look, I think I'm gonna go with the pink, and I'm just gonna use it pretty lightly since we're going for more of a neutral look this time. I'm just gonna put it right here where the light naturally bounces off of my cheek, and then I'm gonna blend it out. But you guys, these highlighters are so freaking cute. They are just like the highlighters that you use at school. I think that this was meant to either be a school supply collection or an office supply collection. I still think of these as school supplies, and I still use them to this day, even though I'm miraculously no longer in school. So I feel like I rode this struggle bus a little bit on that first look. So for this look, not only am I priming all the way up to my eyebrows to try to keep the shadow on right up here, and I'm doing a look that I'm very, very comfortable doing. I'm doing what I call Laney eyes. The look that I now call Laney Eyes originated in February of 2018 when I got the Suva La La Land collection, and the look is essentially a gradient eye look that goes from yellow to orange to pink to purple, and you can get this look with a lot of palettes, but this was the palette that began it all, so it will always have a special place in my heart, and I'm actually still really, really proud of that video to this day, so much so that I'm gonna link it up in the cards for your viewing pleasure, and I'm hoping that I can get the same look out of the Moschino Sephora laptop palette, going with Watt, Restart, Display, and Monitor. And when I do this look, I just go from the inner corner to the outer corner. I know that sometimes it's best to start with the darkest color, but for my purposes, this works really, really well, so this is how I do it. And I feel like this look is fairly self-explanatory, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up. And then I always pull in my absolute favorite Glitter and Glow Shadow by Stila. This is Diamond Dust, and I'm going to put this either just below the crease or just above the crease. I feel like if I put it just above the crease, it gets lost in the shadow, so I'm gonna try to do, actually I'm gonna show you both ways. Or am I? Because that'll ruin the look. Screw it. Now I don't know how it looks on camera, but in the mirror, I can see it on this eye and it disappears on this eye. So screw it, I'm just gonna make both eyes really glittery. Okay, so that's pretty close to the classic Laney eye. I'm gonna put some liner and lashes on and do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. And here is the finished look, minus the highlighter. I'm going to use this really icy highlighter from the Moschino collection. I already talked about how cute these are, and I promised that I would go a little bit more heavy-handed with the highlighter on the second look, so we're gonna go heavy-handed. Tiny bit on the nose, Chill out, I'm gonna blend it. Can you tell by the horrified expression on my face that I'm really not used to wearing this much highlighter? I don't know. I think it might be okay for like an Instagram photo, so maybe I'll take a picture of this makeup look and put it on Instagram. But as far as the eye makeup goes, this is how I would wear my eye makeup every single day if I didn't have so many darn palettes and I had the urge to play and be creative. But this is that's why I call it Laney Eyes. This is my favorite eye look. So I would say that this palette delivered pretty well. Very well, actually. Here's my only thing. This mustard yellow shade called What? I've decided I don't like it. And it's nothing against the shadow. It performs fine on the lid. It doesn't perform so well when I take it above the brow bone for whatever reason. I just don't like mustard yellow. I like sunshiny yellows or lemony yellows or shimmery yellows. I don't like those muted 1970s butt ugly yellows. I'm sorry, I don't like them. I just don't like them. I'm allowed to say that. Other than that, actually, it blends nicely into that orange shade. So I'm super happy with the eye look, and the more I look at the highlighter, the less it bothers me, and I am wearing Colourpops on repeat on my lips. That is still my absolute all-time favorite lipstick. So I would say that even with the failed experiment of the glitter crease, I like this look. I'm happy with this. I actually wish I had somewhere to go right now because I'm digging the look. But the truth is that the only thing I have planned for this evening is to watch the 3rd season of 13 Reasons Why for the 3rd time. Is anybody else like crazy obsessed with that show? I was a school counselor for my internship and I plan to go back to work with teenagers, so that's why I'm so obsessed with that show. But I want to hear your thoughts on the 3rd season. Apparently a lot of people hated it. I didn't. So what did you think? Getting back on topic, let's move on to look number 3. Imaginary friends, welcome to look number 3. I've got my alien killer robot shirt on because I'm still in a 13 Reasons Why mood, and I changed my whole look. I changed my hair color, I changed my eye color. I don't know why, I just did. And so today, since I've got kind of the sci-fi theme going on my t-shirt, I'm going to reach into this bottom row and maybe pull in a little bit from these brighter shades, but mostly I'm going to focus on the bottom row, and I'm going to pull in the shades that I call galactic shades. And I'm not even really sure what I'm going to do, so we're just going to play. And my eyes are super, super primed today. I primed the entire lid and part of the under eye with the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. I don't know if that's gonna work to prime the entire eye with that, but I feel like this hair is making my eyes look small. So I'm gonna do a really winged out eye look. I'm not sure exactly what, but I'm gonna try to go big. So I've got a lot of eye primer on. Cyberspace goes in the outer corner, but it needs some extra oomph, so I'm blending in Display, then I'm lining with Shortcut, refreshing the lid, brightening things up with Joystick. 7 hells, that's messy. Time for a pseudo cut crease, and after using almost all shimmer shades on the rest of my eye, I decided to use a vivid matte for the inner corner, and I think I like it. Yeah, still messy though. Black wing, and yeah, that's still a dumpster fire. So that was something different. I'm going to call in the cleanup crew, not because there was any fallout. These shadows absolutely don't have fallout, even though they have major kick-ups. So I'm super impressed by that. But I need to call in the cleanup crew because of just sloppiness underneath my eyes, and I need to get the blend going a little bit better on the lids. And I need to decide if I want glitter or not. I always want glitter, but sometimes the glitter kind of ruins it because I don't put it on properly. So I'm gonna put on some liner, some lashes, and I will be back to show you the highlighter. And here is the almost finished look. I did take Kat Von D's Technicolor Crayon in orange, and I used that in the waterline. I know that Colourpop does have 2 orange eyeliners, but I feel like they're not as bright as this eyeliner, so I wanted to reach for this. By the way, these Kat Von D Technicolor crayons, I wiped it on my hand, as you can see. I'm not flipping you off, that's just the way my finger went. Anyway, these crayons are the bomb. That was not how you say it now. They're bomb. They're amazing. So I would highly recommend those particular crayons. You can use them as eyeshadow. You can use them as eyeliner. I think you can use them on your lips. They're just so good. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is this palette, and I like the way this look turned out. I thought it was really fun to use a matte shade where you would typically use a shimmer shade, and then use shimmer shades where you would typically use the matte shades. I feel like it worked. I really like the way this looks. And then I did use the gold shade called Status, this baby right here. I used that as an inner corner highlight. I don't like it. I'm gonna change it. Just, I don't know. I don't feel like it really pops. I feel like it kind of mutes the inner corner instead of making it bright and happy looking. So I'm gonna change that and I'll be right back. And I have switched the inner corner highlight to this icy blue shade called Avatar. I just personally like it better. I'm not against gold shadows, but I just didn't feel like that was working with the look, and that's just a personal preference. On my lips, I'm wearing the Essence Insta-Care lipstick. You can get this at Ulta. I think it's $3.99. It's what I've been wearing all day. I don't feel like changing it. I was gonna put on a really poppin' orange lip shade, but I feel like I've got enough orange on my eyes. I feel like I really don't need anything crazy on the lips. So we're gonna put on some more of this icy blue highlighter. I am gonna use the more neutral toned highlighter, the more champagne-y highlighter in the next look. I used this really icy highlighter in the last look, and I was a little bit afraid of it at first. I felt like it was a little bit much, but it grew on me, and now I like it, so I used it again. So this is officially the final look. For look number 4, I want to do something quick and easy because I can feel this video getting on the long side. So all I know for sure is that I want to heavily feature the shade Bionic because this is my favorite shade in the palette, and I definitely want to pull in the shade Bite. I'll probably use that as a liner. Other than that, I'm just gonna play and see where it goes. I'm winging it out with Bite and then also using Bite on the lower lash line. Inserting insert, refreshing the lid, and I'm doing a cut crease without actually cutting the crease because I think Bionic is so pretty and shiny. I think it can stand alone. Okay, I definitely need to tidy up the under eye. That's boring. You don't want to watch that, so I'm going to do that off camera, add liner, add lashes, and I'll be right back in 1 second. And here is the finished look for look number 4. I put Colourpop's Piggy Crème Gel Liner in my waterline. I used Urban Decay's Heavy Metal Glitter Liner for my inner corner highlight. This color is called Amp. You can't get it anymore, but I think that they have a similar shade called Gamma Ray, but don't quote me on that. So anyway, here's the eye look. I'm going to use the champagne toned highlighter this time. I swore that this was not going to work for my skin tone when I first saw it, but actually it kind of does, which brings up the issue of inclusivity, because if the darkest highlighter works for my pasty ass, well, I don't put it on my ass, but my pasty face, that's not very inclusive. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna go moderate with this. I've gone heavy, I've gone light. With this one, I'm just gonna go moderate. Actually, you know, speaking of ass highlighter, maybe I should start a trend. If those saggy pants are still a thing, are they still a thing? I'm not sure. But if they are still a thing, what about an ass crack highlighter? Maybe that's gonna be the next big thing, and I thought of it first. Oh, and on my lips, I'm wearing a combination of PeriPara Ink Velvet in So Grapefruit and Huda Beauty Liquid Lipstick in Game Changer, and I also topped it off with some Jouer lip gloss. I'm not sure what shade it is, but it's one of their 5,000,000,001 rose gold shades. You know what I'm talking about. So this is officially the finished look. What do you think? So let's move on to the 5th and final look. If you guys have made it this far, mwah, I love you for it. And for the 5th and final look, I'm feeling a lot of pressure to make this extra good. So it's probably gonna be terrible. But what I'm doing is, I have it in my head already. I want to do a really blown out pink and purple and black, just really kind of punk rock blown out look. And so I feel like I have the hair to go with it. I don't know how it's gonna go. I have done this successfully maybe twice, and then every other attempt has been an epic fail. So let's see how this goes. Okay, my eyes are super primed. Again, I used the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas to prime the entire eye. That's been working for me really well, so I'm just continuing to do it. My brushes are super clean, so let's do this thing. I'm going for a spotlight eye, so I'm putting display on the outer corner, using it as liner, and also putting it in the inner corner. Going over the rainbow with optics, monitor for the wing, and then I'm restarting the very inner corners. Bionic is my spotlight, blending. Am I feeling it? And this look most definitely calls for liner, lashes, and glitter, and I need to clean it up a little bit, and I'll be right back with the big reveal of the final look. And here is the final finished look. Let me go ahead and take my hair down and wear it as I would normally wear it. Obviously, this is a wig. So I'm feeling like I should wrap this up with some final thoughts, but I'm really hoping that the 5 looks kind of speak for this palette in terms of the way it performs. And really my only complaints were just about specific shades, just saying, well, I don't like this shade because I think it's ugly. I don't like this shade because I don't think it goes with my eyes. It wasn't nothing against the shadows. I didn't have a problem with any of the shadows in this palette. So do I recommend this? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, this is probably at this point in time, if I were doing the Lainey's Choice Awards, this would win Palette of the Year. This is amazing. And I think it would be really good to travel with too, because it's basically like taking a second laptop, and I think a lot of us do that when we travel, don't we? I do. So assuming that my 5 looks really do speak for the palette, that wraps it up for today. My very first 5 looks, 1 palette. You guys, I'm proud of myself. I've always wanted to do this. I didn't think I could ever do this. I didn't think I would ever get to the point where I had the proper setup, where I had the confidence to do this, and damn it, I did it. And I've got a lot more ideas where this one came from. I have pages upon pages of video ideas, and I'm on sabbatical this semester, and so basically I'm just like doing YouTube and studying for the national exam, so I've got a lot of videos coming up in the future. So if you liked what you saw today, or if you think I've got potential, please subscribe. That would mean the absolute world to me. Honestly, I really do these videos for my own entertainment, but I would love it if I saw those numbers bump up just a little bit, so hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so very much for joining me. Follow me on Instagram. I will follow you back. Throw me a pity like, give me some encouragement to make some more videos. Very special shout out to you if you are watching this video on the toilet. And until next time, stay adorably obsessed with makeup or 13 Reasons Why or whatever brings you joy.